practice run then. Thank you for that.
We should be going live in just a few seconds. It's downloading. And you're on.
Thank you and welcome everyone to our January 11th, 2021 Committee of the Whole meeting. This is actually for our Ways and Means before our full board meeting typically lands on our calendar. And under our current operation with these Zoom meetings and all meeting remotely from various spots around the county, we are conducting the meeting as we do here. Before we begin, I would like to ask Legislator Gary Barnes if he would recite the Pledge of Allegiance for us. Legislator Barnes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Legislator Barnes. Next, if the clerk of the board would conduct roll call.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mrs. Burdick, Mr. Crandall,
Here.
Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mr. Decker,
Here.
Mr. Dibble,
Here.
Mr. Fanton,
Here.
Mr. Graves,
Here.
Mr. Harris,
Here.
Mr. Havey,
Here.
Mr. Healy,
Here.
Mrs. Hopkins,
Here.
Mr. Ricky,
Here.
Mrs. Rue,
Here.
Mr. Stockin,
Here.
and Mrs. Burdick, are you on? 14 legislators present, 1 absent.
The first order of business, and this committee is usually chaired by Legislator Stockin. So my typical help me out if I go off the rails speech applies, Mr. Stockin. So I'll try not to ball it up too bad.
I'm not worried.
The first order of business on the agenda is the approval of our audit that was distributed, and this will go to the full board. Is there a motion to accept that?
So move, Dibble.
Motion made by Mr. Dibble,
I'll second it. Legislator Healy.
seconded by Legislator Healy. Discussion? All in favor of moving this forward, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Motion is carried. Next on our agenda is a request to amend resolution number 285 of 20. That is for the compensation of county officers and employees. And you'll see that there was a position of jail physician that was left off from our section 4 salary schedule as it was approved on that 285-20 resolution. So we're looking to add that in as requested and amend that resolution to include the position of jail physician at an annual salary of $20,000 for 2021.
Second moves.
Ben seconds.
Moved by Legislator Stockin, seconded by Legislator Fanton. Discussion?
Mr. Chair, this is Legislator Hopkins.
Yeah,
Can you just give us the name of the physician that's filling that post?
I believe that that is Dr. Collins, but I would like to be corrected if that's incorrect.
I believe that is correct.
That's Dr. Stephen Collins.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? And this will generate a resolution that will come to the full board, but this will not come off the floor today. It can be pre-filed. All in favor of this, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Motion is carried. Next, we have on the agenda an approval of supplemental agreement with New York State DOT for the Pine Street Bridge in Alfred, bin 2329770. This is my understanding, some supplemental agreements and information that has come in since we dealt with other resolutions for this project. Do we have a motion to address this
Ben.
going forward?
Ben will move it.
Curran,
Moved
second.
by Legislator Banton,
Curran seconds it.
seconded by Legislator Curran. Discussion? All in favor of this, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Motion is carried, and this, we are looking to bring this off the floor at our meeting, the full board meeting this afternoon. And I believe that there, if they haven't gone out already, the resolution that we'll be addressing will be in your hands before we begin our meeting this afternoon, the full board meeting. Next is approval of supplemental agreement with New York State DOT for Madison Street Bridge in Wellsville, bin 2255160. And I believe that this mirrors exactly what we just dealt with on the Pine Street Bridge. So if we could have a motion to move this forward.
Motion, Ricky.
Ben will move it.
Motion made by Mr. Ricky, seconded by Mr. Banton. Discussion? And this, again, we will look for this to be coming off the floor this afternoon along with the other, the one we just addressed. All in favor of this, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Motion is carried. Next on our agenda is Soil and Water Conservation District appointments, board appointments, and I would look for a motion to move these forward.
Motion made by Legislator Decker. Second, Dibble.
Motion made by Legislator Decker, seconded by Legislator Dibble. You should have a copy of this, but this reappoints Carl Graves and Judith Hopkins as legislative members to the Soil and Water Conservation Board for a one-year term commencing January 1st and expiring December 31st of this year. Discussion? All in favor of these appointments, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Motion is carried. I do not have anything under old business or new business. Does anyone have anything, County Administrator?
I do not have anything.
Good of the order. And I would look for entertaining a motion to adjourn.
Moved, Harris.
Moved by Legislator Harris, seconded by
Legislator Decker.
Legislator Decker. All in favor, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? We stand adjourned.